gang, gang. Hey, nothing but love and respect. You might have some cool fans, but mine are the best. We've been through it all, went to war when duty called. Never left a man behind, we move as one is super strong. I don't want followers, that implies I'm the leader. I'm not the captain, I just gave them something they can believe in. I hold the lamp in the darkness, but they're the light that I needed to see the road that we walk in between the angels and demons. And my fans have my back. Hate us if your feelings don't like facts. And my fans will fight back. Beat you with the keyboard you've been using to write back. I guess we need each other like both sides of the battery. We the army, we the homies, we the gang, we the cavalry. We're brothers and sisters, we hold it down like we gravity. Can't nobody break the bond that made us all family.
Me and my fans, we don't care what anybody say. Middle fingers to whoever in the way, man. Me and my fans, we gon' be together to the grave. It's the gang till forever and a day, man. Me and my fans, we don't even trip in the hate. We the I don't give a fuck in our veins, man. Me and my fans,
We the hangover gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oklahoma weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part? This upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com. Hey there everyone, Meteorologist Tuttle back with you again. It is time to talk about your Mother Nature and what she's up to. We'll see if she's misbehaving. It's going to be a little misbehaving, I think. But, you know, that's why I'm here. Wouldn't have a job if she didn't misbehave, right? We're going to talk about what she's up to here for this week. If you did have a chance, you can read my blog. It's been posted at my website, AaronTuttleWeather.com. You can gain access to that either via your computer or your phone, or you can also use my weather app to get to that as well. It's called AT's Weather to Go. It's free on Apple and Google Play. But thanks for joining me here on this Sunday evening. Got some activity here for you. First thing I'm going to do is post the link to get this broadcast notification live directly from me if you need it through Facebook Instant Messenger. So you can click on that link and get you squared away. Many of you have done that, so thank you for that. Only if you're having trouble, really. That's really the only reason why you'd need that. All right, in other words, trouble getting notified when I go live. Okay, with that said and done, let's get on into current state of affairs. Quiet night out there, you know, and today, gorgeous, man. Now, it's 62 degrees right now at my house, so it's obviously cooled down from earlier, but man, this kind of weather, I'm serious. I wish we could bottle it up because I love it. Let's take a look at what happened out there this morning, though. We did see some cold temperatures below freezing once again way out here in eastern Oklahoma. I mean, pretty much on the Arkansas line. Otherwise, 40s and 50s, warmer stuff up here in northwest Oklahoma. Some cloud cover, maybe a little bit of a fog. And then out here, the far western panhandle, right around 33 was a cold spot there. But man, did we warm things up this afternoon. Woo, so nice. So 70s statewide, even some 80s. And would you look at that? Yeah, that says 90 degrees. I think it's up there near Hooker, Oklahoma, or whatever station that one is. I forget. But man, that's toasty. But that's what happens to dry air this time of the year, especially out in that part of the state in the Texas Panhandle. It can heat up really quick. Big difference between morning and afternoon if conditions are just right. Now out there right now, we mentioned it's quite a bit cooler, so we've got the 60s and some 50s out there statewide. But it's still a pretty pleasant evening overall. And we're looking for a similar situation coming up for tomorrow. Wind speeds out there, they picked up actually a little bit. They were a little lighter parts of the day today, but now they're kicking on up. So I can hear them out the window. So we're up around 30 miles per hour here in central Oklahoma. So it's going to be a little breezy here overnight. We talk about the next storm system is coming on the jet stream track. Remember that the brighter the colors, in other words, the more reds and deeper colors you see, the stronger the energy and the stronger the storm system coming our way. What we're going to focus on is what comes out here across the west. So let's put this into motion here and see what's coming our way. So, and we have, let's see that little round coming on in. So this is on Wednesday. This is lunchtime on Wednesday. So what we have is a trough axis. And actually the trough axis extends way up here. So it's really more than likely there's a short wave trough in the weather world and there's a long wave trough with Rossby waves and all kinds of fun stuff that travel around the globe. A lot of times we end up more of a long wave trough, which stretches the entire continent up to the poles sometimes. This one's the entire country, which goes into Canada, where it kind of anchors to an area of low pressure up here or lower heights. But regardless, needless to say, once you get along and east of this trough axis is where you get your inclement weather. So this is where we're going to be watching here for eastern, basically the eastern half of Oklahoma, for some showers and storms. There'll be some other raindrops and cloud cover elsewhere within this area of generic overall lift moving through the country. And then here's Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, so it's moving quickly through the state. Here's overnight into Wednesday night, Thursday morning. It's already now pushing to the Midwest, up across the Great Lakes area. And that's all she wrote for that. So that'll be our next rainmaker. And the question is, will we have enough instability for some storms? I think we barely will. It's going to be a marginal event, but the soundings and the forecast data coming in from the different models is each run seems to get a little more excited about the event. They've been pretty poo-poo for quite a while, but I saw the trend start to slowly pick up last couple of days, and so now they've got a pretty good area here across the eastern half of the state, kind of centered here in central Oklahoma for some instability with some wind shear, some pretty good directional wind shear at that on the forecast sounding. So what that does, it looks like it should support some severe weather. Now, how much? And right now, all the conditions are kind of on a marginal, those borderline type severe storm environments. Now that might change. We're only Sunday night, so we still got Monday and Tuesday data to look at. But right now, the early preview does show we may have to deal with a couple of severe storms around here. That's about as far as I'm willing to take it at this point in time, because talking about anything else specific is lunacy. All right, let's go on into the next thing of contact of what was I going to say? Contact. Thinking about football today. All right. Anyway, so the blue on the map indicates stronger winds. And that's currently where we are now. So you got some pockets of stronger winds here for tonight. And as we head to 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, of course, they will weaken somewhat across several areas of the state, but still stay pretty gusty here in central Oklahoma. So still kind of some gusty winds tonight. If we head into tomorrow, during the midday hours, we're still got some gusty winds. This is all around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Might see a few gusts higher than that. Then the winds go pretty light on Monday night, and it's because a weak cold front slips in here Tuesday morning. Now, this front will not come in with any rain, and actually it won't even bring any significant cooling with it either. It's almost just like a wind shift line. It's pretty pathetic, honestly. What I will show you, the biggest impact we're going to have with that is dew point, the dew point values. So I'll leave the winds on here, so you can see how this kind of pulls together. So you see that big push of the frontal passage. So I'll go ahead and draw on the map. This is where the wind barbs start to change direction out of the north. We still have a kind of a south-southeast wind barb here. This is on Tuesday or in the early morning hours. But the point being is, you can see how it kind of brings in some drier air. But if you notice, as I go back and forth, you see how that little boundary falls apart kind of over central Oklahoma, doesn't really go anywhere. And really what it does is it allows all this deeper moisture here to start to pool in southern Oklahoma, because the boundary likes to pool the dew points, all the moisture. So this moisture will pool into this area, and that'll set the stage for the best storm ingredients as we head into the rest of Wednesday afternoon. This is Wednesday at 6 a.m. So that's kind of how the stage can be set real quick, last minute, and then we'll see what we can get out of it. All right. Okay, so this is what the forecast map looks like then for Wednesday afternoon. So it does have a good line of some showers and storms scattered in nature from northeast Oklahoma back all the way into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is about 6 o'clock. Now they actually start the line or the scattered showers and storms here in the central Oklahoma along the I-35 corridor probably by as early as 3 o'clock. So it's a fast mover, and it's an earlier mover. So thank goodness we don't have any midnight wake-up calls, right? I don't know about you, but I'm over that nonsense. And then a little weak disturbance will swing through here for Friday. So it might generate a few, who knows, maybe some wet snowflakes way out here in the Panhandle. But otherwise, just some light showers, light sprinkles here moving through Oklahoma, especially the western half of the state for overnight into Thursday night, Friday morning. But most of our rainfall out of this event will occur along and east of I-35 with those heavier thunderstorms, especially across northeast Oklahoma. The models right now favor Tulsa, Muskogee, Bartlesville area, anywhere from a half inch to an inch of rainfall. Again, not much out here in the west with that little secondary round that comes in, but it could squeeze out maybe a quarter to half inch of rain out here in the Texas Panhandle. All right, Oklahoma City kind of varies, but the signal's there anywhere from a quarter to half an inch, looks like, on average. And we'll get a better look at this in the next couple of days. Now, we're looking at some cold temperatures. So we're going to be into the 30s. The coldest mornings will be Friday and Saturday mornings. This is Friday morning. You can see we've got lots of 30s out there over the state. The blue area where you see is basically any area that is at or below freezing. So we're going to have lots of readings below freezing coming up for Friday morning. This, of course, assuming that all the clouds have cleared out from that little batch of light rain that moves through the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles overnight, Thursday night and Friday morning. So assuming that clears out, then that gives the clearing skies, and then things really drop back behind it. If clouds hang on just a little longer, then these readings will have to come up just a couple of degrees. All right, now on Saturday morning, we're doing the exact same thing, rinse and repeat, back into the low to mid 30s with, yes, some 20s sprinkled in, especially across the northern counties. So right now, it looks like a hard freeze for some of you out in Oklahoma for the Friday and Saturday morning time frame. Now, if you look just specifically at, let's tell you what, before I give you that 10-day forecast, I forgot, there's one more little treat I was going to give you. So here is a look at temperatures as we go through the next 10 days. Actually, more than 10, I think it's 14 days. But we're going to show you the swings that we're going to see. Now, last night I did a Facebook Live, and we went to all kinds of stuff way out to the first week of December. We won't do that here because we talked about snow and everything else. So if you missed that, you missed out. Snooze, you lose. But tonight, let's talk about the big temperature swings. Of course, red being very warm above normal, blue being cold below normal. So for air temperatures where we live and breathe down here at the ground level, some of these readings are around 20 degrees above normal. Hence, that's how you get a high temperature of 90 degrees today in the Panhandle, right? Because we're up here in the Panhandle, it's about 24 to 25 degrees above normal. So that's what that'll do for you for this time of the year. Now we're going to put this in motion for you. So this little heat wave, if you want to call it, lasts for Oklahoma from Monday, Tuesday, and of course Wednesday things change and gets replaced with some cooler air here as we head into Thursday into Thursday night. And then that sets the stage for Friday morning. Here's Friday during the day. So you can see we're about -5 as far as the departure from normal. So not an actual air temperature, just departure from normal. This shows you that we are going to be a little bit cooler than we would normally see this time of year. So here's Friday night and Saturday. You can see how that blue area expands across the eastern part of the country. For us here in Oklahoma through Saturday, we rebound a little bit. So the weekend is kind of a mixed bag of both near normal and below, especially in the morning hours there, as we talked about earlier. Then that little batch moves off for Sunday, and there's the last little, looks like probably a secondary push of cooler air that comes in here over the latter part of the weekend for early next week. There's Monday and Tuesday, we're a few degrees below normal, whereas the eastern half of the country really is experiencing some below normal temperatures, and the western half of the country through Tuesday of next week is above. Now you can see how that red area expands and the blue area expands, but the nation is a nation divided. It is split right down the middle. West you go for heat, east you go for cold. This is on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What else we got? After that, we have our following weekend. What in the world is that showing up? So this is some temperatures at about 18 to 20 degrees below normal. So not just a few degrees, but quite a few just to our north and west as we head into Saturday and Sunday of not this, of course, today, but the following as we head into the 20th. So we're way out there. This is the 20th of November, but there is some colder air showing up there, and that sticks with us for a few days for that weekend. So this weekend is kind of a mixed bag of cooler, slightly below normal, but then it's the following upcoming weekend. So 2 weekends from now is where you really get cold, and we kind of stay kind of in a cold pattern after that with more colder air spilling across the country. So we are gradually going to be cooling things down. There will be some highlights, though, in that long extended period of time, but that does set the stage for, yes, some changes in the overall environment when it comes to snow, which is typical and right on schedule for December. Okay, so the next couple of days, we're looking at 70s for daytime highs, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we let the bottom drop out a little bit for us as we head to the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday time frame. We warm things up a little bit for early next week. Not by much, just by a few degrees. Remember, it's still overnight low, it'll be pretty chilly. And then we'll see what happens after that. But again, the coldest mornings, if, again, depending on some cloud cover, can include Friday here in Oklahoma City. Just depends. And otherwise, we got Saturday. Even Sunday, of course, is still a little chill. We got the 30s hanging on in there. And if I were to look just long term at a specific model to give you more of an extended view, since we kind of covered more time on that last map with those departure from normals, let's see what that does for us. It knocks us mostly in the 50s and 60s and extended, and then by the time we hit to the 20th of the month to the 22nd, remember that's that second weekend. So we have, of course, this here for you. So this is weekend number 1 and then weekend number 2. So as you can see, if you had to choose, you would choose weekend number 1. Because number 2 needs to take a number 2. Because that's no good for any of us. But it's going to be another cold mornings and some chilly afternoons. So if you have outdoor things you want to get done, take advantage of the nice weather. This week, minus the Thursday, Friday time frame, and then this weekend. Then after that, it's not too terrible, but then it kind of gets a little colder. And then from there, after that, as we head on into the end of November, like we talked about last night, get ready. Keep the coats ready. Because winter's coming. So there you go. All right, let me look at a few of your comments, questions, concerns, just checking in, etc. Gina from YouTube, I see you. Appreciate you checking in. Jim, always good to see you from Mustang. I know it was a perfect day today, man. I'm telling you, this is my kind of weather. I love it. And Jody's getting spoiled because in Canada, she'd already be in her Canada Goose jacket shoveling snow. Just about. So she should be just like jumping up and down for joy, considering now she's in Oklahoma. And I already see a little shout out to Larry. Larry always gets the shout outs. So for those of you folks that don't know who Larry is, you must be new. You must be a newbie. So Larry is the fan favorite here. I don't even hold a candle to that little dude. He's our teeny tiny little I always say toy Yorkie, but I always get it wrong. It's teacup Yorkie. There's a big difference between toy and teacup, apparently, like 2 pound difference can be. So he's 3 and he's full grown and he's a handful. He got a bath tonight. He wasn't too happy about that. Anyway, Evan, check in on YouTube or Facebook. Blizzard yet? No, my friend, not yet. We're watching it though. Mitch sent me some stars. Thank you, Mitch, for those Facebook stars. You're on a hot streak there, looks like. And you got a bunch of, I don't even know what this is, but all kinds of icons and diamonds next to your name. So you must be doing something right on Facebook to get rewarded. Ron's in the house. I see you. Shannon, hello. Lauren down in Ardmore. She's already wanting for some snow. Of course, Ardmore's wanting it first. Karen, good to see you. Sharon, is this a replay? No, this is live. You're watching it in Memorex. Remember those commercials? Are you old enough to remember those commercials? Is it live or is it Memorex? Okay. Well, this is live. I think I might have a Memorex player, though, in the closet. Kim, 7 o'clock kickoff in Stillwater Saturday night show. How we be prepared? Layers or just a heavy coat? And then Tanya wants to know Turkey Day. And then Alejandra also wants to know Turkey Day. Okay, so we'll do 2 of those things, and then we'll cut you loose. I didn't talk about that last night. I spent a lot more time on the forecast. Got really into it because it was a Saturday night. Bored. Nobody had anything to do or nowhere to go. Right. So spend a few extra minutes. So what we'll do here is 2 things. We'll do the Stillwater, and then we shall do Thanksgiving. And the Thanksgiving, remember, grain of salt is a long ways out. Remember, I just showed you a forecast that goes out to around the 22nd. And that's as far as a long-range model goes. Even then, your accuracy is getting, when you're trying to get specifics, it's a little like this. But I'll show you what the climate model seems to want to indicate. All right. Okay, so let me get to the weekend here first. I got to load up this other map here. We'll probably just pick the European. All right, and then Saturday, where are we? Let's get to a timeline. Is that going to be right 6 o'clock? Saturday at 6. That work out for you? Yeah, you said 7 o'clock kickoff. All right, that's 156 hours away. All right, so right now, it is very dry. Dew point of 31 degrees with a north wind around 5 miles per hour. So wind's very light, barely enough to get the flags flying. Now the dew point value is low, which typically means temperatures crater very fast at sunset. And of course, we've now fallen back on our time. So however that works in, it's probably going to get chilly pretty quick. So here's a look at temperatures at that point in time. So it's 40 degrees in Stillwater. So at that point in time with the light wind, I would wear probably a pretty heavy jacket. Or, yes, you can do the dress in layers thing. Let's see. My guess is this will probably go, midnight temperature is 36. So you're looking at probably the upper 30s then during the game. So that will be chilly, but not terrible, especially without a wind. So there you go. So that's what the latest looks like for that. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. No, it won't be an ice bowl. That's for sure. I don't even think there'll be any clouds. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, this is the cloud cover map. There's not a single cloud out there. No, it's good football weather. Get your hot coffee or your hot chocolate. That's all you need and you're good to go. Okay, so now let's jump into Thanksgiving. All right, just so I can show you on a flat map what that looks like when we get out to that time frame. Here's Tuesday, November 23rd. The map is cloudy, but it's at least mild, 61 degrees at that point in time. So if you're trying to do some early traveling right now, the weather looks pretty okay for that Tuesday ahead of Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday. All right, so let me go to the climate model because, like I said, this isn't going to go out far enough to do us any good. Oh, let's see. Did this go out far enough? No, it's just coming in. All right, so we'll do this. Now, the grain of salt. I'm telling you, grain of salt. Do not just say, yep, that's it. Because I can tell you it won't be it. But at least gives you an idea of this way the atmosphere is trending. Let's put it that way. This will be a trend forecast for you. Okay, so let me jump in here through time. Okay, so here we go. So that's Tuesday we talked about. Looks like a cold front comes in during that day. It was starting off nicer in the morning, but it does get a little chilly for the afternoon. Okay, so there's Wednesday. We're in the 50s across state. That's not bad. And then on Thursday itself, we're in the 40s. So it's a little chilly for Thanksgiving itself. And then Friday, we're back into the 50s. And then for the weekend, looks like we're hanging around the 60s here and 50s across Oklahoma. Now, if you are traveling elsewhere across the country, you can see that most of the brutal cold is up across Canada again, but there are some cold spots here across the Rockies and parts of the Midwest during that time frame. Now, what about precipitation? Well, let's take a look. Let's see what we got coming our way. All right, so this is Wednesday. So we got a strong Pacific high, looks like, out here across the Rockies. And looks like that probably is coming in. Yep, which is what cooled us down a little bit. So there's Wednesday. No rainfall with that. Looks like all the rain will be out on the coast and across the southeast if you're traveling there. On Thanksgiving Day, looks pretty good. Actually looks really good. I mean, it's, like I said, a little chilly. But other than that, and we've definitely had chilly Thanksgivings, but we've also had pretty warm Thanksgivings. And I'm sure, if I can recall correctly, we probably had some nasty ones. So we're right in the middle. Okay, so then Friday looks good. Got a little surface low there kicking up the winds. Looks like I have a weak front that comes in, falls apart, but it's a weak front for the weekend. Hence the slightly warmer, cooler day, but otherwise still seasonable. And still no rain there, so that looks okay. So we've got no rain, and then there's Monday the 12th. Okay, so there right now, knock on wood, cross your fingers, jump on one leg, whatever you want to do. Your Thanksgiving forecast looks uneventful here over the southern central plains with temperatures near normal, and that's about it. Okay, so hope that was helpful. And who is late to this party? Any winter power outages this winter? Of course there will be. There always is. There's power outages all the time, regardless of the weather, but it will occur during the winter as a result of that. So it'll just be the timing. But hopefully not because of ice. Let's not jinx it. Barry. Right. Let's see. Nomi, what was highs for this Saturday? Boy, you guys are really super late. Here, I'll just pop this back up for you. Let you look at this again. Now pay attention. It's going to be a quiz later. All right. So here you go. You ready? So Saturday coming up, mid-50s. And on Sunday, probably low 60s. So a little cool, for the afternoon on Saturday, but much nicer on Sunday. And this is a nicer weekend than we've got coming up for the following weekend. So if you do need some weekend nicer weather, take advantage of this one. Although cold in the morning, freeze or frost or some areas on Saturday morning. And then for someone who's really late, Debbie, we should shame Debbie as a group. Don't shame Debbie. That's Hangover Gang. That's right. I see you on YouTube. Hello, Tom. Okay, so the severe weather is going to be on Wednesday afternoon. So it looks like it'll start mid-afternoon around 3 o'clock and here across the I-35 corridor and then move quickly east into Tulsa, say by 6 o'clock. And then out of the state, maybe by 9 o'clock. So it'll be about a 6-hour window, and that's it, from mid-afternoon to mid-evening. And then it's over with and it moves into Arkansas, Missouri. And the instability is currently, right now, pretty weak. It's not all that strong. So the models are kind of slowly increasing it each day as I get a better grasp on the pattern. But still it looks pretty sad. Doesn't take much, though, to get some storms, so we know that much. However, so I think right now we're going for kind of a marginal event, which means kind of borderline severe. If what looks like in the model data stays that way the next 2 days. Keep in mind it can change. I'm going to look at something I did not pull up for this. And we'll see what it looks like. Because, what day would that be? Is that this day? Yeah, it's this day. Alright, hazard guidance. One report of any severe does not do it. So this looks at the analog to compare patterns of the past. And it's not gung-ho. Let me make sure I got the right date on here. Let's see. Valid at the 9th. 7. Oh, that's because that's on Tuesday. That's not going to work. Let me pick the right day, Aaron. Alright, let's try this one. Valid on the 10th. Is that what the day I wanted? Through the 10th. Okay, this is the one I wanted. One of the other ones too clean. I was like, really? Not a single report? There we go. I was on the wrong day, knucklehead. Okay, so we've got about a 50% to 60% probability of at least a severe weather report here across the eastern half of the state. So let me see. This put the cities on there. Sure it does. And does this do the interstates? Yes, it sure does. This kind of gives you an idea of what we're talking. That does extend into western Missouri and then western Arkansas and down toward North Texas. So analog guidance suggests, yes, we will see at least one severe weather report. What if I go to 5 severe weather reports? Yes, there are. All right. So it does suggest about 10 severe weather reports. It's shrinking, only about a 10 to 20% probability, so it's shrinking. So in other words, probably a low impact event as far as hail, wind, and or tornadoes. Well, let's see if it has any tornado probability at all. And it does, but it's in the weeds. It's down around 10%. So that's pretty low, about as low as you can go. What about hail? It's a little bit more favorable for hail. And then what about wind? And a little bit more favorable for wind. So it's thinking mostly a borderline hail and wind event for severe weather. Anything else on here that I like to see? No. And then we'll see what this other one does. So that's a 10% of all severe. Boy, that's really exciting. And I think it seems to favor hail right now. So this is the early stages. Like I said, this is the model's just now catching on to any instability, which didn't have any early on. But the last couple of runs, it's been gradually increasing it. So we shall see what happens. And I'll keep tabs on that, and I'll give you updated forecast here tomorrow evening, which is Monday, and Tuesday evening. And we'll do quick updates for that to see how that threat has changed, and if it's increased, decreased, moved around. Then we get more specific, if and when hail or wind, how much, what category, and then if and all potential for tornado. I'll talk about it then, because that'll be within about 48 hours out from the event, which is what my rule is. All right, so good questions. So glad you guys tuned in and asked them, so appreciate that. All right, I see you, Christopher. He's excited. He's got a potential winter storm up there from Minnesota. Yeah, you guys get all the action this time of the year early on before we do it down here, so enjoy. All right, well, for me, that's it. I want to get out of here. But you guys have a great wrapping up the rest of your weekends, the next hour or so. Get some sleep, and then I hope you enjoy your work week. And we'll talk again soon. Take care, everybody. Good night.